Hey, everybody. Welcome to Pink Shade. It's Monarch Monday. I'm here with Keisha. Yep.
Ooh, hi.
Dun, 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 dun. We are low low energy. Keisha's got a sore throat. I am in Mississippi. I'm confused about time zones as per usual. It's just 1 hour. And I hope everybody got a chance to listen to last Thursday. I had Pop and Bravo with Louis Staples, and he lives in London and he
Mm,
covers Bravo. So
okay.
at BravoCon, he had the assignment literally, he tailed Rachel Zoe all day, like went with her on all her stuff.
Okay.
He's just a very interesting guy and does some very interesting writing. So look him up, Louis Staples, spelled Louis, Louis, because he's British.
A
And
Brit.
he had a lot of interesting insight about Ladies of London. Like when he saw the cast, he was like, okay, this cast is for real. Like, because he knew Misse. Um,
Okay.
he says Misse was a real housewife of Cheshire. I'm making that up. But they had a real housewives in London, and she was one of them.
So I did see somewhere that said that she's been on other reality TV shows.
Right. Hmm.
Okay. All right.
And then Mark Francis was on Made in Chelsea, and he really thinks that the way that they have it set up, where Mark Francis is sort of the narrator of
Right.
this season, he thinks it's great. He was like Emma, the Marchioness of Bath. He's like, that's no joke. Like that's a real almost royalty. So he knew who most Martha. He was like looking at her, lineage and heritage. He was like, this is like the real deal. They didn't get just a bunch of like influencers.
I
Um,
like that though.
yeah, and like ladies of a certain age. And so I really love talking to him to kind of get the British insight.
The
Um,
scoop.
Scoop. Now, I got a story to tell you.
Okay. I love a good story. Okay.
Okay. So, I'm in Mississippi because it's John's fraternity parents weekend. Okay.
Okay.
Great time. Partied my face off Friday night, like danced all night long, drank a zillion
Oh.
high noons, and just went completely crazy. Okay.
Okay. Got
Not,
white girl wasted.
I mean, we'd say, well, okay, yeah, let's just say that.
Yeah, it
Because
sounds like it.
that's the truth. Okay.
Okay.
So, had a great time.
Mm-hmm.
Went to John's, crawfish boil party. Yes, which, just
Yum.
just have had a great time. So on Friday, when we're at the bar partying it up,
Mm.
get a call or a text or something from Anna or Dave. The reason Dave wasn't with me is because he was taking Anna to a Caps hockey game. So she loves hockey.
Mm-hmm.
And he's taking her to a hockey game, her and two friends, really good seats,
Okay.
um, for her birthday present
Okay.
because she had her birthday a few weeks ago.
Mm.
So they're there, they're in DC, they're walking, it's city, so they have grates everywhere
They
in the
have
street.
what?
Grates, 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 like
I
those
don't know what
metal.
those are.
They're like metal grates that go across the sidewalk, and
Okay.
it's like in New York or DC, they can open them up and they get like under the buildings.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you probably walked across a million and didn't think of them,
And
but
didn't know.
yeah,
Mm-mm.
so their
Well, I
grates
don't
are there.
walk.
That's true, not very far.
Mm-mm.
Um,
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Anna it was wet because it had been raining. She slipped on one
Oh, good God.
and was like, "Oh gosh, I hurt my knee," whatever. They get into the Cap Center, into the arena. She just goes in the bathroom to see, what it looks like. Keisha,
What?
when I tell you she has like 40 stitches, she's 16 internal stitches and 26 external stitches. They had her in an MRI and all sorts of stuff because they were like, because
This is not good.
it went down to the bone.
Okay, so who are we suing?
We're suing no one.
Oh.
We're grateful for some people. So the people like Dave went and found like the ENTs at the arena, and they were
Mm-hmm.
like, "Oh no, she has to go immediately to the like this is really really bad."
Oh, no.
Um, and so she is in a brace from like her hip to her ankle, so because she can't bend her leg, her leg has to stay straight.
Holy shit balls.
I know,
That sounds,
terrible,
it's one thing to have like a boot or a
right?
brace on the bottom half,
Right.
but your whole leg?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
good God. I hope she's milking it.
I haven't been home yet to see her. I'm going home on Tuesday, and Of course, she's like calling me from the hospital, like, I need my mommy. And meanwhile, I'm like, wow, at the bar.
Woo! You're like, I can't hear you. What's going on? What? Wait, what? What? Hold on, I'll
uh,
call you back. They're playing my favorite song. I'll call you right back.
Hilarious.
Wow.
I kept going, Tay, this is the Grateful Dead. And she's like, okay. Meanwhile, my child's in the hospital in DC.
Is she gonna have to get surgery?
No, that's what they were keeping her there because they're like, you may have to get surgery. Meanwhile, this is Howard University Hospital, like
Wow.
nowhere near our house. Do you know what I mean? So if she
Yeah.
had to stay there, it would have been like,
Oh, Dave, it's going back and forth.
so, and the dogs. So she had sent her friends over. It's like, deal with the dogs. And meanwhile, I'm like,
Right.
how are the dogs? Ooh, 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 at the bar. Anyway, so we're dealing with that. So now you, Dave, and I were going to try to head to the beach this week and take the dogs and just be there for a week. There's tons of
Right.
stuff we need to do. But now I'm like, can Anna just sit in the back seat with her legs straight out? Dave's like, when
Ooh.
she gets to the beach, then she can't drive. She can't drive. So he's like,
No.
what's
Y'all
she
are not
going to
going to the
do?
beach.
Yeah, I think we have to stay home. That's
I mean,
okay.
but you're getting ready to go to Paris too,
I
so
know. I was trying to squeeze it all in, but as we always see what happens, it's it leads to burnout and
it
missing time zones.
does.
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay.
Anyway, and Keisha may have
Wait.
strep throat, so between the two of us, I don't know. Yeah.
I producer James has lied to me and said I sound sexy.
Uh,
I'm not totally convinced of that. I feel like I sound like a contestant on RuPaul's Drag Race right now. I don't know. I feel like shit.
I'm
Yeah.
so sorry.
But here we are. And I think I'm operating on 1 hour of sleep. So when I called you, I'm like, where you at?
Yeah. Did you fuck up the time zone again? Stupid. Yeah.
And I was like, and then I'm like super paranoid about the time zones. I think you know that by now. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
so just to clarify, so I had to go back and I'm like, I'm screenshotting this shit and
Thank
sending
you.
it to her.
Totally.
So when you're like, okay, let's push it back. So I got on my heating pad and I said, James, I'm drifting off. I said, she might have lost me. I said, that adrenaline rush I had is slowly slipping away. I don't know how this is going to go. He's like, you'll be fine. I'm like, okay.
Let's do it. Let's get it done. And then you go get your beautiful self back in the bed. I mean, literally, you guys, I, in 35 minutes, took a shower, slapped on some makeup.
Great.
Set up this little studio area. Because, I mean, I just came back up here 4 minutes before we recorded. And I was like, okay. And then I was like, oh, where's my computer? I was like,
so I have to tell you, so I'm not going to go immediately back to sleep because producer James is doing a wrestling fantasy camp today.
Stop it.
Yes, he is.
He's going to be the wrestler.
Yeah. Okay. So he's been training. He got a trainer. Like we have a guy we graduated with. He's like a boxing coach down here and he trains people. He's been training for like a month and a half. He's like, I don't want to go to this fantasy camp and I'm out of shape and this and that. So I told him I'm gonna be a good supportive mom and I'm gonna go up there and watch him for a little bit, take pictures, and then come back here, take a Xanax, and just
that's it. Night.
Yeah. But he's so pumped and so excited. He kept looking at himself in the mirror. And I'm just like, you look good. You're gonna do. But I tell you, if he gets hurt, he's not gonna hit the end of it.
He's not allowed to be hurt. He's got to take care of you. Yeah.
Exactly. Who's gonna carry my stuff? Like,
oh, Keisha. Yeah. Oh my God. Well,
yeah,
good for him. I know he loves it so much, so that'll be fun.
And he's doing something for him. Like, I'm proud of him. You know, he did the training. So now I'm not gonna act like he didn't whine the whole time he's been training.
Well, who wants to exercise? Nobody.
Girl, the moaning and groaning has been out of control.
Well, I take that back. Lots of people do like to exercise. You and I just aren't in that.
We don't. No. We will do everything but.
When I was in New York with Ingrid for 48 hours, she went to the gym twice.
Yeah. I love her, but I hate her at the same time.
I'm like, what are you doing, girl? What are you doing?
Why do you work out on vacation?
Well, we weren't on vacation, but Something else she just told me the other day she was about to start, like it's literally a painting class, a book writing class, learn to be a hairstylist. It was something like a whole new
Yeah,
profession.
I'm sure. Yeah.
And she goes,
Man.
"Yeah, I'm going to take lessons to learn Italian while riding a bike and juggling." I can't remember what it was, and I
Yeah.
go, "Okay,
I
good."
mean, she is living her life to the fullest. Like,
She,
I don't know what they're going to put on her tombstone. Like, there's not going to be enough space
she's
for
going to say,
everything that she's accomplished.
"This is Ingrid. This is it."
Ingrid the Great is what it's going to say. Yes.
We talked about you on the cruise about how obsessed you are with Ingrid and how
She's fascinating. I don't even, until I see her in real life, I'm not sure she's real.
Yeah, and from where we're going to do that meetup in October, which more information will be coming, guys. Amy Archer and I are working on it. But I told Amy I couldn't really work on it until after I
Yeah.
I got to get through some of this stuff, and it's only March. But we are going to have it. It is going to be, I think, October 10th. And we were talking about that, and Ingrid's like, "I think I'm going to be on like a cruise to Norway with my parents." I was like,
no, she's not, because when it was her birthday, I wished her happy birthday. And she said, "This is going to be the year that we meet each other." And I thought this meet and greet was going to be that time.
I don't know. She got a chance to go on a free cruise. I don't know.
She got to rearrange her whole schedule because she's coming to this meet and greet.
I'll tell her. I told her, I was like,
Okay.
Keisha will die if you're not
I
there.
will die.
Yeah.
Yes. And I will record it, like the dramatic fall, me rolling down the stairs. I've got on a shirt that says Ingrid and just flailing and everything. Like, it'll be real dramatic.
Oh, God. All right. Speaking of dramatic, let's talk about these
Yes.
people. Ladies of London, The New Reign, Season 4, Episode 4, Naked Truths. Now, I say naked. How do they say naked? How do they say naked over there? Naked?
Naked.
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 I think knackered means tired.
Naked.
Naked. Okay, we're not going to get it. So,
no.
naked.
Naked.
People write me all the time and think it's hilarious how I say naked. I'm like, well, that's
say it. How do you say it?
Naked.
Oh, okay. So I say now I can't say it how I say it because I just heard you say it.
Yeah,
naked.
Yeah,
I say naked.
That's how you're supposed to say it. I say it like a country bumpkin. So
that's funny.
So we open with Mark Francis saying Americans tend to be openly emotional, and then we get clips of emotions, Brits versus non-Brits, and Margo says Brits tend to stuff it all down, and Misse says Scandinavians, which is what she is. She's like, we're almost too honest. And then we get Kimi saying, I think when people start opening up, it's very disingenuous. We see all that. So now we're figuring out, not only are we figuring out the titles, we're also figuring out how the episodes go. It opens up with somebody telling us, giving a statement, and then the whole episode is about that. So we're going to be talking about emotions. So,
and I just want to put it out there because I'm glad they reminded us, because I forget that Kimi is American.
Yes.
Yeah. I tend to forget that she is.
But she grew up, just in America till like 12, and then she was taken to Haiti. And then kind of was in Miami, and so she did kind of grow, and then I went to London, I guess, when she was, in her 20s.
Yes.
So, okay, Lottie and Joshua, they are shopping, and they say they're actually more conventional in their marriage than people would think. They said they have very conventional values sugar-coated in this unconventional looking relationship. Meanwhile, this man has on red eyeliner.
And red eyeliner. Yeah. All of his suits look like Mark Francis's wallpaper in his house.
Yes, good call.
That's what it all looks like. But hey, I mean, she was at home cooking, and the man came home and his wife was in the kitchen. That's pretty traditional.
Yeah,
I guess
it is interesting for them to kind of explain how they have sort of a traditional marriage, even though they look crazy.
Not traditional.
I mean, red eyeliner is a choice. So,
yeah,
I'd love to see just what he looks like without all that.
Me too. And part of me is wondering, because I wouldn't put it past him, is that a wig he has on?
It's just
I wouldn't put it past him.
it's just stringy straight hair.
It doesn't look healthy.
No, it just looks like he parted it down the middle, and he doesn't have the kind of hair that can be long because it's too flat.
He needs to throw a couple of rows of extensions in it. That's what I think.
That's what I think too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So they go to a jewelry store. It's like an antique jewelry store. They're saying that they're looking for things to wear for events they have up. So I couldn't like grasp like if they're like, we would like to borrow these jewels for this event, but also they're looking for a push present for her.
Now, let me ask you, what is your opinion on push presents?
First of all, when I had my kids, that wasn't a term, but it is expected. It is expected that the husband gives the wife or baby mama or whatever it is a gift for having the baby. Yes.
So when I had Skylar, that's when it really started coming out, this whole push present thing.
Yeah.
Because I was pregnant at the same time as a friend. Like our babies are a month apart. And she's like, I want this as a push present. Whole time I'm like, I hope her dad shows up to the delivery. Like, I mean, fuck a push present. Can you be there? And I kid you not, I had a scheduled induction and he forgot to pick me up.
I remember this story. So, it's terrible.
Yeah. So the baby is the push present, people. That's what I think. That's just me.
Well, when I had Anna, I got diamond earrings. They were, not big or anything. And later at a later anniversary, he got them like upgraded. And since we just had our 25th anniversary, I'm asking for another upgrade.
Another upgrade?
Because these kids I've kept these kids alive, right? So I've done
my job. I mean, and let's refer back to the beginning of the show. It ain't that easy.
No, especially when one's clumsy. And then for John, I got this band that just goes like underneath my wedding band.
Okay, good for you. Good for you.
So, and believe me, I was very vocal about things that I would like to
I know you didn't have to tell us that. We knew.
Yeah. Okay. We knew. So they're looking, and she wants a tennis bracelet, and so they're looking at that, which is also kind of a traditional piece of jewelry, a tennis bracelet,
Right.
And they chat about, obviously you and your husband or me and my husband would never go into a store, sit down and be like, so tell me what happened at dinner with your friends. I mean, we would be talking about that in the car or on the way home, but because they're filming, they're like, so let's talk about in the jewelry store, what happened at the wine tasting. And, they're like, she's like, Kimi, she doesn't really open up. And I think it was all very awkward for her. But, I shared about, my dad having cancer. And he says, yes, when we were first married, that was like a huge part of it. Your dad was very sick. So what do you think her parents thought when she said, look who I'm going to marry? Are they like, are you punking us?
So, we hear later on that she went to art school.
Yes.
So I'm sure they didn't think she was going to bring home like a jock.
Yeah.
However, I don't think that they thought she would bring home. I mean, her mom looked like a double for fucking the mom and Leave It to Beaver.
Yes,
I think there was a little bit of shock but maybe he wasn't quite as flamboyant when they first met. Maybe he's evolved into this person.
I don't know, because remember they showed the pictures when they first met and he came into the place and she thought he looked like Johnny Depp because of all the eyeliner and stuff.
I don't know what I would think if I'd be like, oh, can I borrow some of your jewelry?
I'd be like, well,
okay.
They're like, this is the gay son I've always wanted. Yes.
I'm sure the dad had some things to say about it.
Yeah. But I guess now that you're kind of pointing out that she's artistic and she's always around artistic people. So maybe it wasn't a shock. And, I think once you actually kind of like get past the like, whoa of it, you're like, all right. He's seems
pretty normal. I mean, he is trying to wear a woman's watch.
Yes.
But, I mean, that's just how some men are nowadays. Men are very metrosexual.
Yeah.
So,
and he's an artist too. And so, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So Micah and Margo are at a place called the Bentley, which of course I was like,
Mm-hmm.
it's like a hotel and a spa. Micah, to go to the spa
Mm-hmm.
is so dressed up, full face of makeup,
Mm-hmm.
hair done. I'm like, she's like, well,
I'm
you know,
like, what?
she's like, I'm in teacher mode. I'm da 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 da. And Margot's like, I biked over here. Like I'm going to get a massage. Like I'm casual.
I don't understand how you can even be comfortable getting a massage if you got a face full of makeup on.
I
Like your
know.
makeup's gonna be all over the masseuse's hands and all over the
Yeah.
towels. And
Yeah.
I don't know, but that's
Um,
Micah.
so she brings a book for the baby, Della,
Mm-hmm.
and Margot's explaining about her husband. She says her husband Jacques is Armenian and Lebanese, and then we see like a clip of her FaceTiming the two sons, and like, Dad, you
Mm-hmm.
want to talk to Margot? He's like,
I know, right?
but he's like, I haven't had coffee, and I get it because I've only had half a cup, and I'm trying to like fake it.
Yeah, I get it. I need a little time when I wake up in the morning. I need coffee and a Lonnie and an hour or two.
Yeah, an
Yeah.
hour or two. So she says, he did not want to get married, but she forced him into it. She's like, we're going to the little chapel in Vegas and we're getting married because they were pregnant and they'd been together. And she was like, I don't care. And she forced him. Yeah. Which is
Well,
funny.
I think that he had been kind of traumatized from the first marriage.
I want to know what the story is, don't you?
Oh, I do too.
Uh-huh.
Yes. It's Margo. She'll let us know before the end of the season.
That's true.
Yeah.
All she said was he had a bad situation with the first wife. But I put in
Mhm.
parentheses, unclear, ... need to know.
We need to know.
She met him at a party 6 weeks before COVID. And then, of course, like a lot of people, you either break up or get together because you're
Right.
forced together. And she's telling Micah she really wants this being in London thing to work for Jock and the boys because she loves it there and she can work so much more in London. And she's also cast on a show that's in London, so she wants to stay.
Right.
It's
I want
2
to know what
shows.
he does for a living.
Well, obviously he's doing just fine if her monthly budget is 50K.
Yeah. So he may not want to leave his good job here in the States.
Right. Or maybe he has to go back and forth to London anyway. So they'll do a little bit of
Okay.
a back and forth. So, but I mean, the baby is pretty young. So that would be a little
Yeah. Like
hard.
she needs to spend time with her dad.
Mm-hmm. So they get massages, this just reality TV massage
Yeah.
where you're like half sitting up and you don't ever go face down and start drooling and snoring like I
Right.
do.
That's what I do too.
So they talk about what Misse said at the wine tasting, and she goes, "Yeah, I mean that's a real life nightmare. You know, your brother
Mm-hmm.
getting killed." And Margo tells Micah about what Kimi said in the van, and how it's like, "Well, it's not a fucking sob story." And Margo's like, "It actually, in fact, is a sob story."
100%.
And she goes, "I really feel like I should tell Missy because she thinks she's in a safe space to share with this friend, and she's not. Like, she shouldn't be open
Ooh.
with Kimmy because Kimmy's going to mock her behind her back, you know?" And
Which,
again, you're on a reality show, so you got to remember you got to keep
you
it.
gotta
Yeah,
keep it going, the
yeah,
momentum going. Like
yeah.
this is the drama ball right here. Let me throw it. So
Well, when I talked to Louis Staples, he made a great point about Missy being on a Real Housewives show. She knows how to keep it going, right? So she knows
right,
to bring up the thing about Dara at the dinner table, and she knows,
right.
she knows how at the wine tasting, like, let's all go around and tell something terrible. Like she knows
Mm-hmm.
to how to move the story along.
She's moving it.
And that was a great point because I hadn't really thought about Missy like that, but I'm like, okay, I guess she is the one that's like,
She is.
yeah, yeah,
Now that you mentioned it, she is the one that's keeping like the hot topic going.
yeah, yeah. She's like, she's
Okay.
been on a show before, so she knows. So now we see Missy. She's doing yoga in her kitchen, as you do, and
Mm-hmm.
she calls her equally gorgeous sister Valentina.
Yes, she is.
And Valentina lives in Dubai with her husband, who is also a footballer, a soccer player. And so she misses her sister, and her sister's coming to visit soon. And she tells her sister, I went to this wine tasting with these girls, and I really opened up about Alex. And I don't do that very often. I don't open up much about it. And she goes, when you come, do you want to go to Alex's grave? I don't go very often. And she says, yes, they
Mm.
should go. And I wonder if it's just the three of them or if there's any other siblings.
Right. And we also need to know why your son don't live with you.
I asked Louis, I go, what about that? He
Did
goes,
he
well, I
know?
mean, he was in Denmark with the dad. I go, yeah, but why?
Why?
Why? And maybe
Okay.
it's just while she's filming this show, and then she'll go and live in
Okay.
Denmark when she's not filming this show, like, um,
Okay.
but perhaps they'll ask,
Okay. I hope so.
So, and then she's got the second baby daddy must live in
Yes.
London.
We need a little bit more details about her children, the dads, and the custody situations.
And Louis did know about Jake Hall, the dad, because I'm like, am I supposed to know who this is? Is this supposed to
Because we
be?
don't.
We don't. And he said he had also been like on a reality show, was kind of known to be like a bad boy.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay.
But again, I was like, we didn't know. So you should listen to that episode. Okay. So
do I have to pay for it? Is it free?
No, it's free. It's on Thursday. It's free.
Because then I got to listen to, if it's a subscription, I got to get James's phone and listen from there. Because, he's a paying bunkie.
Oh, it's so silly. I wonder what name he's under. I wonder if he's under James Owens, and I've just never noticed
he
it.
He is. Yeah. He is.
Fake name. Okay. So now Kimi and Micah are talking on the phone. We see Micah kind of calling around, but on this phone call, we find out Kimi collects taxidermy.
So,
which is something you would think Martha would do.
I was impressed.
You liked it, huh?
Unfortunately, I do.
Okay.
One of my true goals in life is to get a taxidermy peacock.
Ooh.
Okay. But
wings open?
No. The wings don't have to be open. That's doing way too much.
Okay. Okay, that's too much. Okay, gotcha. All right, got it.
They are not cheap at all.
No, I'm sure not.
They're quite expensive.
Thousands and thousands, right?
We're going to have to make it a little bit big before I get that. But yes, that is my dream.
Okay. Does James know that you would like that for your next push present?
Girl, I'm about to tell him, look, I birthed Saki, Marvel, and little Liam, all the fur babies. Where are my 3 push presents at? Like,
that's right.
Come on now. Yeah.
Don't they bring you joy?
I want one.
Yeah.
They don't bring him joy, but they bring me joy every day.
And that's important. That's important. Because when if mama's happy, everybody's happy.
Everybody's happy.
Okay, so Kimi invites them all to an art event. And it's funny because immediately they all right away guess. They're all like, oh my gosh, they're going to be a naked man there.
Yeah. They all know her.
And so, okay, I lost my spot. Okay, so she talks to Mark Francis and says, the last event got a little sad, darling. So I'm going to try to lift it up. And Mark Francis is like, oh my God, I'm so glad I wasn't there. I'm so glad I had to leave. Oh, how dreadful, talking about feelings,
I love that kind of shit. You know what I mean? Like, it gives you the backstory. I love a backstory. Like, I want to know it all.
Maybe the next time we'll find out why Missy doesn't have her son with her.
I know.
See?
Maybe Kim. So, later on when they get into it, Kimmy would have been like, well, that's why you don't have custody of your son. That would have been funny.
All right. Emma goes over to Mark Francis's place. And it is Mark Francis, like Mary Payne. It is a double name. Okay.
Yes.
Emma goes over to Mark Francis's place and says his home is perfectly gorgeous and perfectly curated. It is really something. It's really something. Did you think when they first opened him, like pretending to read a book, did you think this was his home?
Yeah.
I didn't. I thought that he was just filming in a place like this is where we're going to do the art thing. Like I did not think when they showed it that this was his home.
So that is the kind of style that I try to base my home after.
Okay.
So that was orgasmic to me.
Okay. We got to get you over. We got to get you over to London. You would die at Versailles.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's what I thought about it. I'm like, this looks like Versailles. This is all Marie Antoinette right here. I loved it. I'm like, oh, Mark Francis, can you please marry me? We don't have to have sex or nothing. Just marry me and let me live here with you. You know?
It was really something. Now that's the kind of place where, I mean, obviously, no spouse, no kids, nothing. He just walks around and just
admires everything.
Yeah, admires everything. he has to have a section of that house that's got a comfortable couch with a TV, right? He has to have somewhere.
You have to have like a space like that. You just
Yeah.
it cannot all be like that.
No, you would be just
No.
like, yeah. So, they talk about how they're like joking. They don't really like reality. They like to sort of live in this like beautiful fantasy world. And
Mhm.
Emma is telling Mark Francis that she had this health scare that recently has come back. And he's like, oh, I didn't know. And she tells us when she was pregnant with her son, it sounds like she's got more than one kid because they mention
I thought it
another.
was 2.
Yeah, I think she has two. When she was pregnant with her son, she had debilitating headaches. And finally, they went to the hospital and figured out she had a pituitary gland brain bleed
Ooh.
that she still has to get scans for every year. It was like a cyst. And so she went on steroids to shrink the cyst. She had to have the baby early, like a
Mhm.
real, for real serious, scary
Yeah.
thing. And a recent scan showed that the cyst on her pituitary gland had jumped in size so much. So I guess they measure it year over year, and
Right.
that it's now in a very serious category.
Mm.
And he's like, "Oh my gosh." And so she cries and he hugs her and she was like, "It's just really scary." And she goes, "And the way I'm coping is by just like overscheduling myself, like doing too much so I don't have
Staying
to like
busy.
sit and think about it, right?" And he says, "Well, we're both people that like to keep things private, and that's not always a good thing." And they're like hugging. And so for
Right.
them, like, joking at the beginning about like, "Oh, that's so dreadful to talk about your
Exactly.
feelings."
Yeah.
But they are obviously very close, and he's
Right.
very concerned about his friend. And because like you have to think if Kimmy was there and if it was just the two of them, maybe she would be like that. But because it was in a
I
group, she's trying to keep up this facade, right?
and, although I think what Kimmy said was very, very rude,
Hmm.
going back, so this event was supposed to be like a girls' day. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna drink wine. I can see a little bit where she's coming from,
Hmm.
but I don't agree with the asshole statements that she made about it. Like it wasn't a big deal.
Right, and I don't agree with it. She was making fun of Missy talking
She
about her
was,
brother's death, and then she did
which is
dismiss it
horrible.
like it's just a drug deal gone bad. Well, it doesn't matter, it's still your brother, you know?
I mean, let's say her brother was drunk driving and got into an accident and he died. It's still sad. That's her brother.
Yeah,
It's still it doesn't matter the situation.
yeah.
And just Kimmy didn't make herself look any better later on. It
Mm-mm,
just
no,
doesn't.
very defensive. So, Margot heads over to Misse's apartment, and she says, "I'm really nervous, but I've got to tell Missy about, what Kimmy said." So she sits down and she talks to her, and Missy's just like, "What?" She was
Yeah.
like, "What?" And she goes, I'm gonna have to say something to her." And, Missy's like, you're an honest person. You've been honest with us. We have to be honest with you. She
Right.
was sort of making fun of it. So don't talk about it in front of her anymore. Right. Because
Yeah.
she's going to make fun of you. So, and also probably they're like, you didn't need to bring up the drug dealer part. Like, the viewers can figure it out by looking it up. Like you didn't need to like put that out there. It was a drug deal. Who cares?
That made it gossipy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It doesn't matter what happened because I don't care that he was whatever crime he was part of or whatever. I mean, I think a man who lives a life of crime is kind of sexy. Um, but it's still sad. I mean, it was fucking Christmas Eve and in front of his son. Like,
Yeah.
that's
Had 2
bad.
kids, Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay. So Margot now calls Emma and
Mhm.
says, Margot okay. Margot calls Emma and says, "I told Missy what Kimmy said."
Mm.
And in the talking head, Martha goes, "I know she's not English, but Kimmy treats emotions like a Brit. She
Yeah.
drinks them. She doesn't feel them." Which
Yeah. That's kind of what they do
is kinda what they
from
do
what we've seen.
from what we've seen. And it's like Margot says
Yeah.
Martha broke her. So
Yeah.
everyone arrives at the art thing, which is looks like a beautiful patio,
Hmm.
beautiful home. And I got to tell you something, Keisha. I hate those giant headbands. Hate, hate.
They're so in style. Um,
I don't
I
get
kn
it.
I know you hate headbands, and I remember you telling me that. So I made sure to send you a screenshot of me with my Christmas giant headband that had little Santa Clauses, reindeers, Christmas trees all on it,
Well, that's
just to
fun.
ruin your day. But it
Yeah.
was a lot. I mean, hers was extra thick.
Huge.
It had a lot of girth. I was just like, that is bigger than her whole little tiny body.
It
It
was
was
bigger than her
big.
whole head. And then she had this
Yeah.
like little sprig
Little
ponytail on the back.
I'm like, girl, the ponytail should be thick, not
Yeah.
the headband. Like
I hated it.
it was something.
I hated it. And then she's fighting with this like pink giant thing on her head. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's funny.
So everybody arrives at the art thing, and Micah asked Martha about the thing with the painter, and she goes, "Oh, the builder." I'm like, "Oh, now he's a builder."
Yeah. You
And
mean the
Kimmy,
homeless man on the
yeah,
street that you found?
that you
Gave
gave
him
your
a
key to.
key?
Mhm. And Kimmy goes, "Well, this is just dreadful, darling. You're going to get raped or murdered." And
I mean,
she goes,
it
"Yes,
I
I know.
mean,
I know." She goes, "Martha already told me the what for. I know. I know. Margo has already given me the what for. I know. I'm okay. It's fine." So
girl, please tell me you have gotten your locks changed.
Martha goes, Margo's approach made me pay attention, but I liked Kimmy's approach better. And then we get
Right.
a flash of Margo going like, "Oh, we can't be friends anymore," like yelling at her.
Yeah, it was very dramatic.
All right. So Emma is telling them she just got all her vaccines for the 10K she's running in Nairobi. And I was like,
So how many miles is a 10K?
okay, so a 5K is 3.1, so 6.2.
Okay.
Mhm,
No.
mhm.
It could have been 0.5 miles. I wouldn't do it.
I've
No.
I have done a 5K many
I
times.
think I am finding this very hard to believe.
I was the coach of Girls on the Run, which is a running program for girls in elementary school. And it's really not about the running. It's more about like you have a little class and you have like a girl power thing or thing about bullying or like things that are happening in their world. And then like
Mhm.
later on you run and you don't have to run, you can walk. But the goal
Mm-mm.
is to get to the 5K. And I did it like 4 years in a row. Now, did I run the whole time? No. Did I
Mhm.
walk a lot?
Mm.
Yes.
Mm.
I was
Learn something new every day.
I know. Can you even believe it? Yeah, I would lead
Man,
the little classes and mhm.
look at you being a mentor.
I know. Can you even believe it? And that's sad, scary for those poor children.
I'm
Um,
surprised you didn't give them all White Claws at the finishing line. Girls, this is how it's really done. Like White Claws.
I started doing it with Anna, and then she moved on to middle school, and I just kept doing
Mm.
it until I could find somebody to pass it
Take
along
your
to. I was like,
place. Yeah.
this is my last year. My kid's not even in school here anymore."
Right.
Okay. So, she's doing this for her wildlife charity
Mhm.
called Tusk. It stands for something, I don't know. And, Kimmy jokes, she's like, "Oh, I wouldn't even need those vaccines. I've had cholera and malaria already." Well, I'd like to
It's
know
like
about that.
that's
What?
yeah, like girl, how did you get those? Like
When she lived in Haiti? I don't know. It's
it had to
terrible.
be when she lived in Haiti.
Yeah.
Like
Jeez.
from a mosquito or something like
Yeah.
that. Like, mm,
We'd like to know. So, Missy says, "I have to talk to Kimmy." And Margo says, "Well, you're gonna have to talk to her before she's had too much to drink." And Missy
yeah,
goes, "I know, but she drinks so fast."
she
Um,
does.
and they're hoping Kimmy will apologize. So basically, they're all now setting it up that Kimmy has a severe drinking problem, you know,
Well, it appears that she does. And a lot of childhood trauma.
a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. Kimmy needs a therapist.
So Kimmy is talking to Lottie. She's like, "Oh my God, the wine tasting was so dramatic." And, some people are fountains and some people are drains. And most people are drains.
Jeez.
Wow.
Come on now. Dude, that heart is black.
She's worse than us.
Yeah.
She goes, "I've heard from a little birdie, maybe a magpie, that
That's so
Missy is
funny.
upset with me, but I've got no time for that. Like, I don't care."
Wow.
So everyone's arrived at the art thing now, and they see Dev, the model.
What did you think about him?
He seemed like a short king.
Yeah, I'm like, this guy has no neck. He's chin to chest.
Mhm.
Literally, there's no neck in between. I was like, I don't
You're
get
really
it.
only supposed to be painting the body, really, in these things. Like, you don't, my sister, is an artist, and she has many like nude pencil drawings from things that she's done. And it's
Does
like,
she the penis?
it's more like the leg was, the person was sitting, or yeah,
Okay.
it's
There's no
interesting.
way I could get around not drawing the penis if it's a naked photo.
Well, I know because that's you. So,
Yes.
and Mark Francis, like, oh my God, like I'm a believer in less is more, less nudity, more coverage. And they're joking with him, like, are you trying to say you've never seen a penis? Like you just do it with your eyes closed? He's like, I don't know. He's getting like the flowers and putting them in front so he doesn't have to look at the guy. And so it's hilarious.
At that very moment, I'm like, is Mark Francis a lesbian? Because he is acting like he's allergic to dick. What is going on here? We had it all wrong. Like,
He is acting like I would be like, oh my God, oh my God. I don't, oh my God.
I couldn't stop laughing if I were in that situation. I just
Oh
couldn't.
my God, so funny. Anyway, Mark Francis is horrified, and Micah's got like nervous laughter,
Yes.
and he paints the flowers that he's brought over. He
Yes.
paints the flowers, and Martha's is very good.
It
And
was.
and Lottie is like, I mean, I went to art school. Obviously, mine's going to be the best.
It was great.
Hers was perfect, and she takes it
Yes.
seriously. And Kimmy only draws the penis, and
Which I loved.
yours looks like he needs like a shot of penicillin, like something's
I'm like,
it's
her,
green and
that dick
fuzzy.
look
Yeah.
that dick looks like it has malaria. It was pretty
Yes.
bad.
Cholera, all the things.
Yeah.
Martha is the winner, and Lottie's like, it would be too obvious to pick mine, so of course I didn't win. They go get food and drinks. Again, this place is beautiful. The food and everything is gorgeous. And this is what I love. I love to like look at a party. I love to look at the appetizers.
I do too.
I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
gorgeous.
Yes.
And the talking head, Missy says, I'm not fine. I'm going to talk to her. It's not okay what she said. And in the talking head, Martha goes, oh gosh, I just hate conflict. So I plan to just get really drunk. So Missy,
these people are not nosy enough for me. Like, my theory is I don't want to be part of the drama, but I just want to know 103% of the drama.
I want to sit and listen to it.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Missy pulls Kimmy aside in that giant headband. And
Yes.
Missy goes, okay, I just wanted to talk to you because I heard what you said. And, the situation with my brother is very sensitive. And Kimmy says, I'm not apathetic to what happened. And I'm not immune to sad situations. I've had terrible things happen to me, but I don't like sad situations thrown onto you when you don't know a person that well. And it's not appropriate at a wine tasting because it's not an AA meeting. And Missy goes, this is my way of getting to know people, is to share things. And Kimmy says, it's not a way to get to know people. It's a way of sucking the energy out of the room. And
I don't agree. I don't agree with that. I
let's
don't think it sucked the energy out of the room.
And let's remember, this was Missy's event.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
And and Kimmy goes, well, I was just triggered because, it did start a slew of sad stories. And Missy goes, but you said all these bad things about me and my brother. You said, like, who cares? He's a drug dealer. Who cares? Margo told me. And Kimmy goes, fuck Margo. Now, Kimmy's obviously drunk.
No, she was drunk when she drew that dick. Now she's well past drunk.
Okay. Because the way that she is just so aggressive, you're like, ugh.
She's very aggressive. Yes, I didn't like that.
So over at the table, which would be me and you, they're discussing what is happening and like why Kimmy is yelling. And Martha says, this is how hard Kimmy will fight to not address her feelings. She's had a very hard life, and she's going to fight against this no matter what. She's not going to address it. She's not going to do therapy. This is Kimmy. This is how she is. She's going to party her way through it.
That's one day you're going to crash and burn, and it's all going to come out.
And you wonder, is this why she got divorced? Because she just can't have any serious conversations about anything?
And then, like, what are you teaching your children?
Right.
It's kind of scary. And I want to like Kimmy. I do like Kimmy, but I do not like this version of her at all.
Yeah. I agree. And I feel like we're going to have like a real evolution of Kimi.
Yes.
So, okay. So Lottie says, okay, I get all that, but she's being very rude. Like she's in Missy's face and she's in the wrong.
Yes.
And Margo goes, I don't know. Should I go over there? By the way, Margo's body, I'm like, girl, her body is incredible.
I had to wonder what the weather was like because you have Margo and Misse who are half naked.
Yeah.
And then everyone else has like on a jacket, a coat, and huge headbands. Like, what's the weather like?
So many headbands. So Margo says, should I go over there? I guess I'll go over there. The talking head, Margo says, Kimi surrounds herself with people who don't call her out, think she's fun and hilarious. And when she is around people who call her out, she can't cope with it. That's probably what happened with her ex-husband, if I had to guess. So he could have been horrible. I'm just guessing. I don't know.
We'll find out, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I mean, she did call him fat.
That was funny. Back to Missy and Kimi at the other table. Missy says, so is all we're ever going to do is sit and drink and never talk about things.
Right.
It's not normal to make fun of a situation like this. And Kimi's like, I did not make fun of it. And so Margo has come over and her talking head, Kimi says, you know what happens with Margo? She just puts everything in her cauldron and stirs it around for attention.
Okay. I mean, she is an actress, but I don't think she was doing it for attention though.
I
really don't.
So Kimi tells Missy, you started this whole thing at the table for attention and I don't have to do things for attention. And Margo goes, Kimi Murdoch, you are crazy. You do everything for attention. You're a pint-sized Popeye for attention.
She really is.
Like, are you like, look at this whole event that we did,
Yeah.
And Kimi says, Margo, shut the fuck up. You're a fucking bitch. And I was like, whoa. And I mean, Margo was like trying to be funny. She was like, girl, you do everything for attention. Like, look at you. Look at your giant headband,
Kimi's way too drunk. She did not pick up the humor in it at all.
And Martha is over at the table. She's like, gosh, darling, I feel like I should be wearing a bulletproof vest, but I also feel like that's inappropriate to say in this situation. It's like,
I know, that was really funny though. It was funny, but not funny, but still funny. It's that funny, like you sneak off to the restroom and laugh about it.
It was funny, but I'm glad Missy didn't hear it.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
Yeah. Because like as she said it, she was like, but maybe that's the wrong thing to say. She's like, all right. She's drunk too.
Yes.
Margo says to Kimi, Missy doesn't have to drink her way through her feelings. And Kimi goes, great. That's great. I'm glad I'm sitting with a bunch of people who are so in tune with their feelings. And then Kimi says to Margo, she goes, don't look at Missy, look at me. And Margo goes, what I'm looking at is a heartless, mean, cold, bitter woman. And Kimi goes, what? Tell me exactly what I said. And Margo goes, oh, because you don't remember. Why don't you have 10 more drinks? She goes, why don't you have 10 more drinks and I'll tell you 10 more times.
She clocked her.
And the talking head, Margo goes, when you're clear and sober, some people look the same and some people look very different. And I've only ever seen one side of Kimi, straight vodka, no ice.
Damn. Well, I mean,
wow.
The only time that we've seen her out of these 4 episodes where she wasn't drunk was when she took her kids to pottery and she looked like she had drank the whole night and was trying to sober up.
Yeah. So the talking head, Kimi says, I wasn't upset about Missy talking about the death of her brother. I was upset she was talking about it at a wine tasting. There are places to talk about these things, and it's not at a wine tasting. And I think Missy is a pawn in a much bigger chess game. Margo is trying to make me look like a bad person. Bad chess move, Margo.
No. You were an asshole, and you're not going to put it off on Margo. Now, Margo is messy, but
it's interesting that she's like, Margo's trying to make chess moves, so that's a bad chess move because I'm connected in this world and she's not, kind of a thing.
Shit. Oh.
So Missy says to Kimi, she says, I think you're just jealous because we're able to talk about these things. And Kimi's like, what? And the talking head, Missy says, Kimi took no accountability for what she said. She's trying to put it on Margo. I deserve an apology. I'm not getting one. And it's right. again, and you and I say this all the time, in these situations on these shows, it is so much easier to just go, you know what? I was a complete asshole. You're
Yeah.
right. I cannot be more sorry. That
Yeah.
was an asshole thing of me to say. I'm very sorry about your brother. I don't handle feelings very well, and I
Yes.
shouldn't have said that, and the
And
whole
you
thing
move
would be
on.
over. Yeah,
But I tell you what, the way Kimi and her hands and the fingers in the face,
not good.
I don't know if you know this about me, but I
Okay.
have a big thing about pointing at people.
Okay. Noted.
Like, it triggers me.
Really? Okay, everybody, when you meet Keisha, don't point at her.
Like, I think it's so disrespectful
Mhm.
to point in someone's face. I
Mhm.
think pointing is directional. Like, oh, look at that over there. Can you get that for me?
Yeah.
I choked my own brother for pointing in my mom's face. Everyone here around here knows. Now, I have worked on this in therapy.
Yeah.
Okay. But boy, the Holman in me would have come all the way out if Kimi had put her finger in my face that many times.
Because Margo's like, stop putting your finger in my face, Kimmy. You know?
I would have fucked up that whole display at that restaurant.
But you have to also think, because Margo is now sober, that Kimmy feels very judged by her because she's like,
She
just
does.
because you're sober doesn't mean I have to be. I mean, quit judging me. When Kimmy knows, obviously,
She's
she's
wrong.
her first way she introduced herself is like a good time girl. I like to drink, and the first thing we got was like, keep the drinks coming every 15 minutes. Like, so that's how
Not good.
she sees herself and thinks it's fun, and she doesn't like that Margo's shining a light on it. That maybe it's not so fun.
I think everyone already knows it. They just don't say anything about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But you better
So
keep our finger out of people's faces.
Kimmy and Missy talk, and Kimmy does a housewives apology. If you think
Yeah.
I was being insensitive, then I apologize.
I don't like that. That's
And
not
she
an
says,
apology.
we have to agree to disagree. And I apologize if that hurt your feelings.
Yeah.
Instead of I hurt your feelings, I am sorry.
Clearly, you have hurt her feelings. There's no
Yes.
question mark about it. Like, there's no question. You have hurt this. You yawned at her about the story about her dead brother.
Yeah.
You
Like, oh,
yawned
it's so boring.
and made fun of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You were, but you know what? She probably doesn't even fucking remember.
I think that's probably a lot of the problem. All right. So Kimmy is talking to Mark Francis, and she's like, oh my God, now I'm being told I'm an alcoholic. Can you just fucking believe that? And Mark Francis is like, oh dear, how terrible. And she goes, and now I'm trying to be made out to be a villain. God, I need some champagne, darling.
You don't need anything else.
You need water.
You need one of those sliders so with that bread to kind of soak up that alcohol, girl.
So Lottie tries to talk to Kimmy and says, Kimmy, like you were having a go at her over there about something so deep. Like, why were you doing that? And Kimmy goes, what? She was getting in my face.
No.
And Martha goes, oh my God. And then South Carolina got involved and and laughs. And Kimmy goes, yeah. I was like, bitch, don't fucking cover my throat. Oh my goodness. And Martha is now remember Martha and Margo are like very best friends. And Martha's just kind of drunk and like, oh my goodness, how terrible.
Yeah.
Mark Francis is outside, and this I thought was interesting. He leans in the car and is talking to Missy, and he was like trying to explain. He says, for Kimmy, it's not making fun of, it's making light of something that hits very close to home because she's had a lot of trauma in her life, and maybe you'll never see eye to eye, and that's okay. Which I thought was interesting because he was over there with Kimmy going, darling, get another glass of champagne. Feelings, how dreadful. But then like when he's with Emma, he's very empathetic and sweet. When he's with Missy, he's like, so he's trying to like keep everybody where they're comfortable,
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so then that's the
Which
end.
is not easy with a group of women.
So we're at the end, and we see next time on, we see Micah looks like she's doing like something for like a children's show with puppets.
Puppets, yeah.
And trying to show a puppet who has no fingers how to hold a fork. And Lottie and Joshua have their gender reveal, and they're doing it very traditionally. Like they cut the cake
with the
and
cake.
Yeah.
This is just like with the maternity shoot, like
Yes.
very plain. It's weird. Yeah.
We see Kimi and Misse trying to have a nice conversation. And then Kimi tells Martha at this dinner table, she says, "You should have had my back." And
Oh,
Martha
shit.
and Martha says, "Well, I've been friends with Margo for over 23 years." And Kimi goes, "Okay, well then I'm not your friend."
God,
Because
the
now it's
maturity
Kimi.
level of this woman is something else.
Now it's
Like,
going to be Kimi versus Margo.
I feel like before the end of the season, it's going to be Kimi up against each one of them.
Right.
At some point.
Except
She
for
just needs
Mark
to let it all
Francis.
out.
He'll be like, "She's fine, darling." You know.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Unless
You
she
guys,
breaks something in this house.
you guys, this show is great.
It really is. And people are liking it a lot. And not to toot our own horns, but
Yes.
toodaloo, toodaloo. People are liking our recaps.
They
I've
are.
gotten lots of messages about it.
People are liking our recaps, and lots of people are not covering it episode by episode. A lot of people are just talking
Okay.
about like I do on Thursdays. I'll talk about Bravo in general, and I talk about this
Right.
show and Beverly Hills and whatever's coming up and all that. But people are loving like the turn by turn recaps because these people are fascinating.
I love even producer James. He's like, "Those are your kind of people." I'm like, they are.
Keisha, we got to find a way to get you to Paris, to get you to Versailles, to get you to go to all the things in Paris. Because, I've been to Versailles twice. I mean, Dave and I went 15 years ago, and then we went when we took the kids, and we did a guided tour with a woman who was telling us things rather than before when we did it. We just sort of read things on the wall or whatever.
I don't trust myself in there. Like, I don't trust. It is going to be all over the news. American
tries to get in Marie Antoinette's bed.
I mean, one of my all-time favorite movies is Sofia Coppola's Marie Antoinette. As a matter of fact, I watched it again for like the 100th time last night. Like, I love every single thing about it. I love it. I might cry.
Earlier in this episode, I said we have to get you to London to get to Versailles.
I need to go to both.
Yeah, you need to go both. You need to do a 2-week trip.
Yes.
Because you have lupus and you get flare-ups, so we need to get you over there, get you settled.
Yes.
Make sure you're not sick.
Yes.
Then we need to get you, and I know we're going to arrange the whole thing. You're going to do
Harry Potter in London, Versailles and Paris. Yeah.
In London, you have to go outside of London to go to the Harry Potter studios. It's like an hour outside London.
That's fine.
But that's fine. Yeah, we're going to get you to get the whole thing. Got to take a 2-week trip and do the whole thing.
That's fine. That is
okay. All right. Tell James that's your other push present.
I don't know whose kidneys you're gonna make. Well, he can't sell a kidney. He only has one.
Oh no.
He was born with only one kidney. He only found out about that like 3 years ago. He never knew.
That's weird.
I know. I say your mama don't even care about you. She didn't even know you have one kidney. She didn't even know you had one kidney.
Well, you wouldn't find out unless you had to do a scan about something.
And that's what he said. I said, I would know if my child only had one kidney. I would feel it in my soul. But
no, you wouldn't.
He only has one kidney.
Tay's daughter, Maggie, has like one of her kidneys is sort of misshapen. And it's like it's misshapen. It's not the right shape. And like one of the like vessels that goes through it does the wrong thing. And they only found that out when she was in high school, and they thought she had pneumonia and something else. And they ended up doing a scan of her lungs.
Yeah.
And then at the bottom of the scan was like the top of the kidney. And somebody saw it and goes, "That looks strange. Let's do another scan, but get the rest." And then they found that out. And she was like 18.
Isn't that crazy? Like the things that people have like their whole life.
Mm-hmm.
And then like they're looking for something else and they find it.
Like me, like I had a bad celiac artery that blew. Who knew?
We are so. It's the fact that we don't have our own reality TV show that baffles me.
It would call Medical Maladies with Payne and Keisha.
But we got to throw podcasters in there. So there's so many titles that so many things that would fall underneath the title of our reality TV show.
I know.
It's crazy.
And one of them would be Mary Payne doesn't want to be on TV, so take her out of it. I could be like
But
Charlie from
Keisha
Charlie's
does.
Charlie from Charlie's Angels, just be the
Yes,
voice.
and I would just we would do a check-in every night
Yeah,
over
and
the phone, checking, "Oh, man, this is what happened."
I
Yeah.
would narrate what you do every day. That would be there we go. Somebody reach
Let's make
out.
it happen.
Somebody
Yeah,
reach out.
we're ready.
Everybody, make sure you're following us on social media, please. It helps us a
Yes.
lot and helps people find our podcast, The Libra Lounge
Yes.
with Keisha and Pink Shade. And those are our podcasts. You can find us here
Yes.
every week. We cover, I'm covering all the 90 Day Fiance stuff if you're new here. I cover Bravo on Thursdays. Not sure who my guest is this week. That's TBD. Always is at the last minute. Could be John Hill. Could not. Unclear. Could be Ace Fanning. It's one of those two. So look forward to that. It'll be somebody. And that's it, everybody. So make sure you're following us on social media. Like I said, leave 5 stars on any podcast that you love. It's very helpful.
Yes.
And we will see you. I'll see you on Wednesday to talk about Welcome to Plathville rewatch over on Pink Shade Prime.
See ya.
Okay, bye.